Here's your money briefing for Wednesday, October 18th. I'm J.R. Whalen for the Wall Street Journal. Smart shoppers often go on the hunt for discounts before making a purchase. But in some cases, shoppers can get a discount just by paying in cash. Wall Street Journal personal finance reporter Imani Moise joins me. So, Imani, how much of a discount do retailers typically offer?
So it's important to know that every retailer is different, and cash discount programs are mostly unregulated, so there's no official data on this. I've heard of cases where the discount can be as high as 15%, and some where it's only 3%. What's becoming more popular now are these apps that are now available on the fancy point-of-sale devices, so those tablets or the handheld devices that you'll see a waiter bring around or someone like that. And those apps typically allow retailers to offer 3 to 4% discount.
So how does this work? Do retailers have two prices posted for people paying with cash or a credit card?
In order to be compliant with a lot of the state laws and with the card association rules, card association in this case being the Visa and MasterCards of the world, absolutely yes. In order for it to be considered a discount, there have to be two prices, and the discounted price has to be lower than the standard price.
So why are retailers offering a discount for cash payment?
So merchants pay a fee for every single card transaction. And especially coming out of the pandemic, one of the things that they've seen is that adoption of digital payments. So card payments, Apple Pay has really taken off, which means they're paying a fee on more of their revenue, and they're looking for ways to mitigate that.
So do some merchants encourage people to pay with cash?
Yeah, so that's why you'll see a cash discount, or you'll see retailers a lot of the times having a minimum purchase in order to pay with a card. That's very common as well.
So what types of businesses are more likely to offer a cash discount?
It's historically been really common at gas stations, but what we're seeing now, it's becoming more common in restaurant settings. So especially quick service restaurants, ideally, if you're doing fine dining, they're not going to bother you over, 3% on a $200 meal. So those types of businesses, and also small mom and pop retailers, convenience stores or small gift shops, things like that.
What's been the trend in terms of cash purchases over the past couple of years?
They're definitely on the decline. Fewer people are carrying cash day to day, but what's interesting in the federal data that I saw is that the people who do carry cash are carrying more. Maybe it's to take advantage of these discounts.
Would a retailer ever choose not to offer a cash discount?
Well, cash isn't exactly free to accept either. If you're a business owner that does a lot of business in cash, you'll probably need to hire an armored truck or extra security to make sure that your employees are safe. Some businesses don't want the hassle of cash. It's also slower than accepting cards. I actually spoke to one business not too long ago that started off completely cashless because they said it slowed them down and it wasn't worth the risk of, unfortunately, something like a robbery or something like that.
For people paying with a credit card, is there any way to avoid the surcharge?
Unfortunately, with a credit card, that's harder. If you want to pay with a card, federal law prohibits companies from surcharging on debit card transactions just because for merchants, debit cards are a lot cheaper than credit cards for them to accept. There's not really a reason to surcharge on a debit card, which is why if you're seeing any processing fees, you should ask for the cash price if you're paying with a debit card.
So the merchants see the debit card use as equal to paying with cash?
Yes.
But using a credit card also has benefits, right?
Absolutely. So the merchant fee for debit cards is typically a fraction of a percent, whereas for credit cards, it can be closer to 4%, which is why there's such a big difference, which is also why credit cards come with so many more perks, like rewards, payment protection. So that's another thing that people should keep in mind. If you're at a merchant that's offering you a 3.5% cash discount, if you have rewards or cash back that could offset that, then maybe it's better to use your credit card than the debit card.
So what rights do consumers have here? What if they see a surprise fee on their bill that shouldn't be there?
So if you suspect a company, merchant, retailer of implementing a cash discount program that's actually more like a fee program or a surcharge program, you could report them to the card network. So whatever logo's on your card, whether that's a Visa logo, MasterCard, Discover, Amex, you could report that retailer for having what you suspect as an out-of-compliance program. And there are fines that those companies may have to pay if they're found to be out of compliance.
That's Wall Street Journal personal finance reporter Imani Moise. And that's it for your Money Briefing. We'll be back tomorrow morning with a look at why some second-year MBA students are having a hard time lining up job offers with WSJ's Lindsay Ellis. Today's show was produced by Zoe Culkin with supervising producer Melanie Roy. I'm J.R. Whalen for The Wall Street Journal. Thanks for listening.